Hi everyone. I hope you all are doing well. We will be starting our session in another 2 minutes. By the time I request all of you to drop in your name and your country name where you are tuning in from. So I request you all drop your name and your country name where you're connecting us from. Good evening, Shinjini, Aarti, Shrey, Manoj. Hi everyone. I hope you all are doing good. We will be starting a session in another 2 to 3 minutes so that more participants can join us. This session is going to be very exciting one because we are going to explore how exactly we should master our presentation for track 1 project and how to pitch our project. I will be giving you a walk through the sample PPT as well that we have created for you. I will be showing you and giving you some on-ground tips as well that you can utilize while you're presenting your project to judges. So yeah, that is what is up for this particular session. Hi, everyone. Okay, Namish. Lavanya from India, Aarti from India, Vinay from India. It's so nice to have you all. I hope you all are doing well. So I think it's the right time to start with our session. So without further ado, once again, welcome everybody. A very good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to all of you. So in this particular session, we're going to focus on how to pitch your project for Codeavour 6.0 International. So as today we are diving into the essentials of a powerful pitch, that how exactly you can communicate your idea clearly, how you can showcase the problem that idea solves, and how to highlight what makes your solution unique and stand out. So basically, you're going to think it of as a toolkit for crafting a pitch that only explains your project, but also inspire your audiences. So you have to take that particular thing in mind. So it should not look like it's just a pitch that is only explaining your project, but it should also inspire the audience. It should also inspire the judges and the people who are going to come and visit your project. And by the end of this session, you will be ready to present your work very confidently and make a memorable impact at Codeavour. So I think without further ado, let's get started. Let's take a quick look at the session outcomes. We will be taking a look at the soft skills. What are soft skills and how exactly you can use them? What are 10 major soft skills that you have to take a look at? But before that, we will be also playing one short little video. Then we are going to go through the Codeavour presentation, walk through the sample PPT, plus I'm going to give you some tips and tricks that I have seen around, that I have seen that a lot of students have been using these tips and tricks to stand out in Codeavour. So I will be sharing that as well. And of course, a thank you note and what's next. So I think it's the right time to start up with a video. So give me a thumbs up if you're able to hear the video in the live chat box. So this was just a quick gist of the Codeavour 6.0 International. As you were able to see, there are a lot more things up for grab. Uh, Prizes and awards and recognitions worth more than $25,000. So yeah, now let's learn how to pitch your Codeavour project by the master trainer, none and the other, me. So I haven't introduced myself in the last few sessions. So I am Vivek Verma. I am from Team Codeavour Internationals, and I am here to help you out to stand out your project in Codeavour Internationals this year. All right. And of course, so let's start up with the soft skills. So I have 10 soft skills. I will be giving you a brief about each and every one of them and how you can use those soft skills into your presentation, right? Okay. So while presenting your project in Codeavour or in any competition, in journal also, it requires a strong blend of the technical expertise and the soft skills to make a compelling impact throughout your presentation, right? Who all agree with me? Do you agree that you should have a strong blend of technical expertise plus soft skills to make an impact in your presentation? If you agree with me, give me a thumbs up. Come on. I'm waiting for your response, everybody. Agree. Exactly. So these skills are very much required for you to be impactful while you're presenting your presentation. Because there will be a lot of participants that will be coming around the entire globe. That means a lot of countries, right? And you have to make sure that you're standing out. You have to make sure that you are using these soft skills so that you are making that compelling impact on the judges who will be judging your project. So let's start with the first one, which is communication skills. So communication skills is the most viable aspect of the soft skills that you will be using. So you have to have a clarity what exactly you're explaining and how exactly you're explaining a concept, which is a little complex in a way that it is easy for everyone to understand and avoid a jargon. So basically avoiding a confusion in the judges or in amongst the audience, how exactly you're able to communicate like the problem statement or the entire presentation with a precise level of clarity. That is what comes under the communication skills. Not just this, not just explaining everything, clearly. It's not just about that. It's also covering second point, which is engagement. You have to understand that while explaining your concepts or while explaining your project in a very clear manner, you have to be confident, use a clear voice, maintain eye contact, and use gestures to keep audience attention towards you only. Just like you have been seeing, we are connected online, right? I have been using my hands gestures a lot. If you have noticed how I'm doing that, why I'm doing that, because I want engagement and attention of the audience that is present towards me. So that engagement and clarity is the are the two main aspects of communication skills. You have to be confident, you have to be clear and precise about what exactly you are explaining to your judges, and then you have to have a eye contact and be clear about everything. And use hand gestures, of course. Right. Then the second point. Once I cover all the five, I will be asking you few questions as well. The second point is storytelling ability. Why storytelling ability? So let's say if you are explaining about a technical project to any judge, right? You want to tell them that this is what my project looks like. Let's say if I have made a project using Corky, I am telling that, so sir, my Corky project is focusing on climate change. How exactly we can tackle climate change. and how exactly we can help the world to fight it. Doesn't sound that good, doesn't sound that engaging. So you have to craft your presentation as a story. So let's say if I tell them that, sir, in the past few years, we have seen a lot of cyclones, a lot of tornadoes all over the globe. I can present a number to them. So let's say roundabout, let's say there have been more than 500 in total as of now. And this has destroyed a lot of crops, a lot of household, and it has caused this much of casualties as well. So what my project is about? My project is about a climate action porky, which is going to help out the world to fight these climate challenges. So something like that. So basically crafting your presentation as a story, showcasing or showing the journey from identifying the problem to presenting your solution. So what will this do? This will make your project more memorable and relatable rather than just saying, okay, let's say if I'm talking about these headphones, these are wireless headphones, right? Let's say if I'm talking about them, what I will be saying. So these are the headphones that you can get from Amazon. These are just 6,000 rupees. Or if I convert them into dollars, might be around 60 or $40, something like that. Depends on when are you purchasing them. That's it. But what if I tell you, are you facing any problem regarding your hearing? Do you want to know what's the the issue while you're using your headphones? Are they comfortable? No? Then try out these ones. So you have to be like you have to craft a story in such a way that you are grabbing the attention of the judges towards you. So storytelling ability is also one of the major point. Then we have adaptability, which is the third point. Adaptability means being prepared to adjust your explanation based on your audience's reaction or follow-up questions. So let's say if the judge asks me about my Corky robot, if the judge asks me about what exactly Corky is, so I would understand, yes, the particular judge who is judging me is more into hardware part. So my explanation will turn from storytelling to a little hardware part. Right. So that adaptability has to be there so that you are flexible in adapting to different levels of technical understanding as well as your project understanding, which is very crucial while you're presenting your project. Right. Then there is fourth point, which is problem solving mindset. So problem solving mindset is basically how exactly you will be highlighting what challenges you have tackled during this project development and showcasing your perseverance and creativity in a well put up manner. So problem solving mindset means, so this is the problem that I was facing. So I made a farmers help project. I wanted to understand what exactly are the problems that the farmers are facing. And I understood that farmers are not able to get accurate data about weather. So I added a weather data details over here. Then I also added an irrigation system. I also added a system which will help them to understand which crop they have to grow and when they have to grow that crop. So having that problem solving mindset and then telling that, okay, these were the challenges that I tackled during solving these problem statements. So, basically mapping out the entire project in such a way that the particular person who is judging you will be able to understand that yes, this particular kid or this particular team has done something very creatively. The fifth point for this particular slide is confidence and composure. Very important. You have to present your project with confidence, managing any presentation nerves. So you have to make sure that you have made your presentation. You have to make sure if you're using ChatGPT, if you're using any other AI tool to create your presentation or to create the content of your presentation. That's okay. But you have to, add a human touch to it. You have to use few of your own wordings. You have to, you know, add in some your own points so that it is correlating with the real world, right? Therefore, managing every presentation nerves that are there. Practicing beforehand will, of course, help you to deliver without any faltering. So even today at this time also, I am being honest, I have given more than 1,000 presentations. I started making presentation when I was in sixth standard. Then in seventh standard, I participated in a Microsoft All Over World Championship, in which in India Nationals, I got 350th place out of 10,000. And I was amongst the top three youngest ones. So I have created a lot of presentation throughout my journey till this time. And till this time, I always practice it beforehand so that I am very confident while delivering any of my presentation. So you have to do that as well. Even Apple, even Google, even any of big tech giants, they also practice their presentation beforehand so that they're able to deliver it very confidently. They're able to deliver it without any faltering or without any fumbling. So that has to be there, right? And of course, if even anything unexpected happens, you have to have the confidence. You have to, feel up about it that it's okay. There's nothing wrong if I'm fumbling, if there's nothing wrong if I'm not able to communicate this properly. Let me open up my mind. Let me check how exactly I can clearly communicate this to the judge. Don't panic. So these are the top five soft skills that you can use. Then coming to the other five. But before that, do you all agree with me? Do you all agree that these are particular top five soft skills that you have to use to excel your presentation in Codeavour 6.0 International? Go on. I'm waiting for your response, everybody. Give me a thumbs up if you agree, or if you do not agree, then tell me what more shall be there. Agree. Perfect. Thank you so much. Now moving towards the other five. These other fives are basically something that you have to keep in mind, but they're not that important. They are, but not as much the first top five that I have just explained. Right? So their importance level is there, but not that much than the top five, which I just covered right now. Here, coming up with the first one, which is collaboration and teamwork. It is important. It is important. Why? Because if you are working in a team, you have to understand that you are not working alone, you are working in a team, and you have to display effective teamwork over there while presenting your project. So you have to make sure you are collaborating with the entire teammates with the help of your mentor and displaying a very effective teamwork during your presentation. So let's say if I have a presentation of around 10 slides or 15 slides, I can break it up. So I will say, I have two teammates. One is me and one is another friend of mine. Then what will I do? I will break the particular presentation. I will be like, you can pick six, I can pick six, and the last two or three, then that is something that we can do together. Or if you're working with your project with your teammate, then you can divide the work. Like I will be working on the technical aspects. You can work on the problem statement. You can work on the ideation part. Ideation part can be taken up with the help of the mentor as well. So basically showing how each member has contributed in the project and how you are able to communicate in a very clear, precise manner in a unified vision. In a unified vision means in a vision that is just related to success of your project. Then the other point is empathy and understanding of audience needs. So tailor your message, tailor your explanation to resonate with your audience. So what you can do, I will be telling you how exactly you have to use all of these soft skills to present your project. Right. So, consisting of judges or educators who will be there, who value your projects, that will make a positive social or environmental impact on them. Why? Because you're able to understand what my audience looks like, what my audience major point is about, and that you can resonate with the audience, and then you can tailor your message or tailor your presentation accordingly. So that has to be there. Then we have time management, another very important thing. There will not be judges who will be standing there for 30 minutes to listen to your project. They can't. They have other projects to take a look at. There is a time limit also. During internationals and during nationals, judges will be, of course, setting up the time limit so that they can, check each and every project. So you have to have, the efficiency so that you can cover up all the points, all the key points, the major ones, without rushing or without dragging the conversation. Staying within the time limits will definitely showcase your professionalism. So time management is again a very crucial point, right? So you have to understand that if if you are a presenter while presenting your presentation or your project, note down few words, note down few phases or key points about your project and talk about them. So just how I have noted down 5 points here and 5 points here, but I'm talking about it to you, right? So this is how you can communicate. Then we have positive attitude and enthusiasm. Having a positive attitude towards the judges is mandatory. You're demonstrating a genuine passion for your project. You have to have that. You can't be like, so this is my core key project and this is what we are doing. Have you seen me low or having a negative type of attitude during any of these bootcamp sessions? No, I can say no to this because I have been positive towards the entire session. So you have to demonstrate a genuine passion for your project that you have created, and having the enthusiasm and being courageous that this is how I have to engage with my audience on a deeper level. So that has to be there. Then last but not the least is active listening. A very important point which a lot of students they tend to miss out by mistake, of course. That is active listening. Listening carefully to the questions, trying to understand what exactly are the questions coming up from the judges, coming up from the audience, and responding to it very thoughtfully. So whenever you ask me questions, I read it and then I respond to it very thoughtfully. Same way, if any of my teacher, while I was studying in college, used to ask me a question, and if I'm not able to understand the question, I will ask him or her some counter questions. I will be like, ma'am, I'm really sorry, but I'm not able to understand. Can you come again? Then when they, you know, tailor that question again, then you can respond it in a very respectful manner, in a very engaging or in a very constructive manner. So that has to be there. So these are the top 10 soft skills that you have to use to master your presentation, making your project a memorable one and showing you as a well-rounded professional participant. That is what I want you to achieve. And clearly, while making this presentation, I wanted to add on more and more points, but I also have a time limit, and I don't want to, make it boring for all of you. Therefore, I am making it short, I'm making it precise, but I'm making it very clear. These 10 points, if you cover up these 10 points while giving a presentation, nobody is going to stop you to win in Codeavour 6.2 International. Nobody. So cover up these 10 points and make sure you are ready to present your project in a very engaging, thoughtful, collaborative, timely manner. So yeah, next, how to make your Codeavour presentation. This is a question that you might be having in your mind. How to make your Codeavour presentation. So we are focusing on how to create an impactful presentation for Codeavour. So for that, you can use a sample PPT as a guide, or you can use the sample PPT as a template. That is what we recommend you all. So you can have a structure of your presentation with key elements to make it very effective. Right? So let me show you from where you can download your sample PPT or your reference PPT, if I say. So go to the Codeavour website, that is codeavour.org. Scroll down, you will see track 1, right? Click on no more. Once you click on no more, you will be redirected to this particular page. Over here, you can see all the themes, everything in detail, plus sample projects, which we already have visited. Then here we have the track 1 rulebook. It is a must to go through this rulebook. This will help you out definitely. So just click on it. It will open in another tab and go through this rulebook. It's not too long. It's just perfect. And then you also will be able to understand what are the parameters by which your project will be judged. So there is an evaluation sheet for you as well. For regional physical evaluation, for national, international physical evaluation, the sheet is there in front of your screen. So make sure you're going through the track or 1 rule book so that you can understand what are the rules and regulations and how you can excel in your presentation as well. Then the second one is download track 1 PPT template. If you click on it, it will download the PPT template for you. Then you can use that template to create your PPT. So let me show you what the template looks like. So just one more point, that is, keep in mind that you have to have a very clear and concise manner while presenting your presentation. It should be very clear. Then use as much visual aid that you can use. That means pictures, videos, graphics, real-time pictures or images of you creating your project, so that it can focus on the key highlights and emphasis on the core of your project. That will, of course, will make a very strong impression on the judge. Okay. So this is what the first page of the sample PPT looks like. Very easy. You can see the Codeavour International, Codeavour 6.2 National logo over here. Then we have the space for project name, team name, group, and theme. Now, what it will look like if I add something to it? It will look like this. I can just type in project name, that the project is Mr. Aimi. So this is just for example. Okay, I have used one of the really good projects of last year's Codeavour. So this is just for example for you. Okay. So you have to write your project name, your team name. So I have just given an example team name just for a reference, that is STEM Champs. Then type in your group so that you're following, you're falling under senior group from 15 to 18 years old. Then what's the theme? Theme is good health and well-being, right? And a picture which showcases your project. And this picture looks very good. Okay, you can use Canva, you can use Adobe Photoshop to make such pictures, and you have to have a good lighting while you're clicking pictures of your project. Okay. Then the second slide, sorry, will be the team member. So you have to list out all the team members, give their names, their age. You can mention out your school name, mention out your mentor's name. So basically, entire team details will be covered on this slide. So for example, like this. So in this picture, you can see the mentor, you can see all the participants with the project. So I haven't added their team names and any other detail, but you have to mention it over here. So these are my teammates. This is my mentor, and just their age or anything that you want to mention that you feel like it's viable to showcase that information to the judge. You can do that as well. So team member in this particular slide, you have to display all the details about them. Okay. Then we have this slide, which is about your or giving an introduction to your project. So what is the theme of your project? What's the project name? Describing your project in 2 lines, right? Then using a video link of your project. And if you have used any hardware, then why you have used it. Or you can also write your problem statement here, that these are my problem statements. So you can do that and it will attract the audience towards your project. So something like this, real-time images. So as I said, these images that I'm using, this project of Mr. Aimi that I'm using is just for an example. So you just have to, so that you can understand what exactly I want to communicate with you all. So you can see I have mentioned good health and well-being, then project name, then some of the images. And then of course you can describe your project in 2 lines or give a brief introduction about the same. One tip. So as I mentioned throughout this session, I will be giving you tips and tricks for your presentation. So here comes the first tip. While you're creating a presentation, make sure your presentation is not text heavy. By that, what I mean, there should not be a lot of text. Key points, bullet points, words. That's it. We don't want entire paragraphs. A judge will not read paragraphs. A judge will only read key points. So just like how I made my presentation, these two, can you see? I've just added few words, which you can read also. If I add a lot of things on one slide, a lot of text on one slide, it will not look appropriate. It will look messy, and it will not create a good impression on the judge who will be judging my project. So you have to make sure the project is not text heavy. The presentation is not text heavy. Then you have to define the problem statement. What exactly the problem is that you are, that you are tackling, that your project is tackling. Describe that problem statement that you picked while you're creating your project. So it will look something like this. Now you might be wondering, isn't this text heavy? It is. What you can do is, let's say if your problem statement is this much big, copy this, go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT, make it short. ChatGPT will make it short, paste that over here, and have your detailed explanation in your hands. You can print out in detail or presenter notes in your hands, and then you can use that while you're presenting a project. That is the tip number 2. So let's say, sir, I'm presenting my project, but I'm having just a little text on the presentation. I don't know what all, I can't remember everything that I want to explain. Write it down. Take a piece of paper. So let's say if you're taking a piece of paper, let me give you an example. So let's say you have this piece of paper with you. On this piece of paper, write down slide number. So let's say if this slide number 1, write all the information about it. Give a detailed information about it. Then when you are done with this, slide 2, all the information about it that you want to showcase or that you want to present. In that also, you can bold and highlight few words that you want to use, that you want to remember. So let's say if I want to highlight few words that are important for me to mention while I'm presenting my project, do that. Make it as, beautiful as possible. So that is something that you can do while explaining your problem statement. Then there is solution, of course. Talk about the solution. I will be coming to your questions in just a moment. Don't worry. Talk about the solutions. So this is the solution for my project, and this is how I'm able to present it. Okay. Now I'm coming to your questions. I can see a lot of questions. So what if I'm doing it solo? You can do it solo. That's not a problem. So what can we give? Whatever team name. You can give whatever team name that you want. Mentor can be anybody. Mentor will be your teacher, the ones who are able to guide you throughout. Or if you are participating individually, you can have your parent as a mentor also. Can the participants can be a mentor? No, participants cannot be the mentor. Students who are participating cannot be a mentor. You can do it solo. That's not a problem. My project presentation exactly looks like this. Perfect. Then you're doing a good job. Sir, can the participants be the mentors? No, participants cannot be the mentors. What if I'm doing solo? You can do it solo. Aarti, which website is not working? State that. What if I've already told you, individually meaning me and any mentor, right? Yes. Individually meaning you with your mentor. So you have to have a mentor with you. You can participate individually. That means there is no other teammates in your team, but you have to have a mentor. Having a mentor is compulsory. What is the last date to register for Hyderabad, India? First week of November is the last that we are doing for the registration. So register as fast as possible. Where is this happening, sir? We will be revealing all the venues and everything very shortly. Whatever website is not working, here it is working. Let me show it to you again. I hope you can see it. It is working for me. So just type codeavour.org, or I'm showing you, I'm sharing you the site link also. Click on that. You will be able to check out the website. Do we need to put project in registration? No, no. You don't have to put your project in registration. Registration process is very simple. Sir, can the location be nearby to us? Which location, Aniket? All right. So by the time I'm taking a break to explain back on the to go back on the explanation. So over here you have to describe your solution. What exactly the solution that you are presenting looks like, how you are solving the problem. Use the pictures, use images, as I mentioned, use as much of visuals as you can. But you have to make sure the visuals quality is good, lighting is good, and everything should look clear. It should not look like, so let's say if I'm clicking a picture of my project, the background should be good, right? The background should be clear. There should not be a lot of, um, a lot of subjects behind the background. No, clear, precise background. If you feel like the background is not clear, if you feel like I'm not able to have a good background, remove the background. As you can see over here in this picture, the background is removed. You can use remove.bg website to remove the background. I'm sharing you more tips and tricks that you can use to make your presentation look very clear, very professional. And trust me, I myself love perfection. So therefore, I make my own presentations. I like to make my own presentations, and I like to add my own touch to it. So of course, while you're following the Codeavour template, you can add your own touch to it. Template is just there to help you out so that you can understand what exactly you have to put in your presentation, right? Then you have to talk about the existing solutions. So let's say if I'm making a climate action project, what are the solutions that are already there to tackle that problem? State that. And how exactly my product or how exactly my project will help out in a better way for that problem. So you have to like basically do a comparison between your project and comparing it to the already solutions that are present to tackle that problem statement that your project is founded on. So you have to take a note on to that part as well, right? Then of course, last but not the least PPT will be your thank you PPT, in which if you're participating individually, then you can have, I am a young innovator. If you're participating with a team, then you can have, we are a young innovators, we are young innovators, something like this. Insert an amazing picture of your project with all of you, your teams, and your mentor. So click a picture together and upload that over here. And then you are good to go. So I feel like now you all are pitch perfect for Codeavour 6.0 internationals. So basically from idea to impact, pitch with purpose for Codeavour success. That is the tagline that I'm using for today's session. So now I'm open to questions. Go ahead, ask your questions if you have any. So as I have also put it down in the chat box, that last date of the registration depends on the regionals and national events that will be taking place in your region, which is going from November 2024 to Jan 2025. But we are recommending you and suggesting you to register yourself latest by the first week of November, so that you have time to start ideating about your project. You have time to join in more such training boot camps, joining expert sessions, use the training resources that will be there on your students' dashboard to sharpen your skills and use those skills in your project. So can I give us some ideas about the topic life below water? Like, we are making a working model. That's good, Sindhu, but I would suggest you not sharing your idea here. Please don't share your idea here. Can we use this for track 2? Use the presentation. Track 2 is basically physical competition. You will be not making any presentation for that. You have to make your robot. What are the requirements that we need for our project? Depends on your project, basically. It depends what type of project that you're making, what type of theme you have chosen, what type of problem statement you have chosen. I can't answer this question, that what are the requirements that we need for our project. But I can tell you there are some rules that are there. The project should totally, completely be based on PictoBlox application. Until and unless you're using PictoBlox application, you can create anything that you want. Can anyone apart from participants be mentor? Yes. Your teachers, your guardians can be mentor. Let's say if you're participating individually, then your parents can also be your mentor. But having a mentor is mandatory, as I mentioned. Sindhu is saying, so sorry, I mean you. Okay, so you are asking me to give you some ideas about the theme life below water and life on land. You can check out the sample projects. Very easy. There are so many projects that we have. Check out all the sample projects that are there on the website. Go on the official website, Click on track one, it will open up this track one page. Click on sample projects. We have added best sample projects for all of you. Why don't you utilize this? It's the best one-stop solution to understand about each and every theme and to even have to take a look at the type of projects that were submitted last year or in the previous year, whatever. Take a look. So we have this life below water, life on land project. So there are so many projects that are there. If you don't want, like, let's say if you have already taken a look at these projects, but you want more projects to, ideate with, go on results. We have all the results. Result of 2020, 2021, 22, 5.2 internationals. Every result of every past year Codeavour is there. Check out those results. Check out all the projects that the winners have submitted. You will get a fair enough idea about what exactly you have to create. So that is why I'm saying one-stop solution to ideate your project will be Codeavour itself. Just visit the website, take a look at the type of projects, ideate from that also. Sir, if I made up my project at Bhopal, I want to make keywords. How will I will give you? I am not able to understand your question, Pawan. Can you come again? Day of regionals. Day of regionals, we will be announcing. You have to stay updated. Therefore, I'm asking you to join our Instagram, our Facebook, WhatsApp, whichever you feel like, it's whichever you are comfortable with. Join us and follow us there, and we will keep you updated about the same. Some extensions use credits. So what if our credits get used up? Are there any vouchers for getting credits or for just the participants? Angelina, if you lose credits, you can mail us at support@thestempedia.com. We will be more than happy to help. Give me project idea. I have already shared a lot of project ideas. Sample projects. Take a look at results. Are there any rules to use the boards? Vinay, you can use any hardware that is compatible with PictoBlocks for track 1. For track 2, you have to only use Corky. For track 1, you can use any hardware that is compatible with PictoBlocks. And for track 2, you can only use Corky. I hope that makes sense. Sir, I'm not able to think what to make for Codeavour. Shiv, what I will suggest, go out, take a walk around your area, try to see what are all the problems that people are facing. Whenever you wake up or whenever you are free, turn on TV, watch news, see what are the problems that people are facing. If you're not into watching news, grab a newspaper, read it, try to understand. Okay, this is the latest headline. The people are facing a lot of noise pollution, air pollution. Think about the ideas. Sir, your phone number, I won't be able to share my phone number, but you can join the WhatsApp community. I am there, and the entire team is there to help you out. So as I mentioned, you can also follow us on Instagram. The link is there in the chat box. So you can follow us on Instagram and we will keep you updated about everything. So does the Corkin track 2 should be in the original form? It can be modified. You can modify it, but there are again some rules and regulations for modifications as well. So I would ask you and recommend you to go through the rules and regulation rule book of track 2 as well. Let me show it to you. So for track 2 also we have rules and regulations. Just click on no more. Scroll down. There is a rule book. This rule book contains every detail about what exactly you have to make, rule about age-wise categories, rule about your robot, fouls, how exactly you will be evaluated, in-depth detail about each challenges that are there, what is the time limit, what are the game cards, what you have to keep in mind during the competition or before the competition. So everything is there in this rule book. That is why I'm saying and repeating this again and again. Visit the Codeavour website. Over there, you will find every answer to your question. Every answer. Everything is there in front of you. Just visit the website, go through it thoroughly, and after that, I don't think so you will be having any question. But if you will, of course, as I mentioned, join us on Instagram, join us on WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Telegram, whichever you feel like you're comfortable with, and stay updated with the latest updates. So take a note onto that, please. Sir, should we only do with Corky or anything else? Kavita, you can use any other board also, but you have to take a note onto this that the board should be compatible with PictoBlocks. So for track 1, you can use Corky or any other board that is there compatible with PictoBlocks. For track 2, you can only use Corky. Track 1, any hardware or board compatible with PictoBlocks. Track 2, only core key. So I think I have covered up all the questions. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining in this session. I hope you enjoyed this bootcamp. We will be coming up with more such bootcamps in future. In November, we are coming up with more such bootcamps, more such sessions to make you feel more confident about your participation and to help you out with your projects as well. So thank you so much. I will see you soon in the upcoming boot camps, in the upcoming expert sessions. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a nice day. Bye bye.